Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you doing? How are you doing? As we know, tomorrow's Mother's Day. I hope that each and every one of you are prepared to spend this very special Mother's Day in the wake of COVID-19. I want to send many blessings out to all the mothers in advance. We have another very special guest tonight. We have the $1 Million Barbara Chen, who's going to be checking in really quickly. I'm the Moz Experience. This is the state of the beauty industry. This platform was curated to spotlight and give special recognition to our beauty professionals who perform world-class services inside as well as outside of their respective communities. As I said, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is playing their part to stop the spread. We have Chen coming in right on time here. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in. Brother Chen, how are you?
What's going on?
Man, talk about prompt, Chen. You are on the money, brother.
Well, you always want to be on time.
And I appreciate you for that, man. I'm actually over here scrambling. I'm trying to get my notes together. Just came from shopping with the wife and whatnot. How are you doing, man? You're looking great. I think the last time I spoke to you, we were both on the treadmill at the gym. I don't know when we're gonna get back to the gym.
Right.
So how have you and the family been doing, Chen, during the pause?
Everything's good because I started doing online back in 2013. So, I've been preaching online business to the barber, cosmetology, nail tech, to the beauty industry since 2013. So I shut all my physical businesses down, years ago because all my business is online. So since the corona came, my business has shot up even more because it's online. So now all the barbers and stylists are running to online because they can't make money physically. But I never thought this would happen, but I always ask beauty professionals, what would you do if you got in a car wreck? What would you do if you got hurt and you couldn't work? How would you earn money? I mean, I've got friends that play professional sports, and some of them got hurt, and they didn't have another income. The Bible says the Garden was fed by 4 different rivers. So if you just got one income, no matter what you're doing, if you get hurt and you generate that income physically, well, if you get hurt, what are you going to do? So even a beauty professional, barber, stylist, and nail tech needs an online business, another stream of income to generate money without doing physical labor.
Right. So you're well ahead of the curve, Chen.
Right, but I've been sharing and preaching this for 7 years.
And the first time that we had an opportunity to meet each other, I mean, I'm gonna have to say, brother, you're a plethora of knowledge, and I mean, you know your way around marketing and advertising, stuff like that, and I will definitely be reaching out to you to try to get a couple of things going for myself. So as far as staying sharp mentally, man, you've been just continuously doing what you typically do. Have you had any special requests as far as schools or whatnot?
Well, yeah. I mean, once this happened, most people know I don't cut hair. They they know me as doing the digital stuff online. So many people start reaching out. What I did, I created a digital online course to teach beauty professionals how to monetize and make money online. Basically, monetize their gifts and talents. And so I wasn't gonna put that course out because I had spent a lot of money in these private mastermind groups learning that. I spent thousands of dollars. We're talking about $5,000, $10,000. So I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to record it step by step and show them exactly how to do this. And I said, I'm going to charge them $97, something very minute, just to help the people in our profession. Because this is stuff that I've been doing, 6 and 7 figures every year using these same tactics. But it's all about leveraging tools. I mean, you could beat Usain Bolt. You know who Usain Bolt is?
He's the fastest man in the world. He's from Jamaica, right?
Yeah, but if you leverage certain tools, you could beat him. See, that's what I've done, is just leverage the internet using certain tools. So you could beat him if you're on a motorcycle and he's running, can't you?
Absolutely.
So that's how I've been able to maximize and monetize and dominate our industry, because it's not that I'm any better or smarter than anybody. I'm just coming to the fight with a machine gun while all the other barbers and stylists coming with a knife.
Right, right. Now, how what led you in the direction of the beauty industry?
Well, I went to barber school back in 1989 when I got out of high school, because my best friend's dad had some barbershops. And then after that, I graduated 9 months later, then went to college, because my family are educators. They're doctors, educators. Then I went to federal prison. Everybody knows that, for cocaine. Got out, couldn't find no job. And I was a senior in college, went back to college, finished business degree. Nobody would hire me. So I hired myself, cutting hair. But I didn't just, I'm not knocking somebody that's a barber or a stylist or nail tech or whatever, but I wanted more. I knew that being a barber was not going to be able to retire my mom, who worked her butt off. It was not going to be able to buy my sister a home and take care of her, who went to federal prison because of me. So I knew that I needed something that was going to generate 7 figures to put me in position and give me the possibility to be able to do that. And working in a barbershop and having a barbershop was not going to do that.
Right. Now, what was the experience like when you were behind the chair? Were you already kind of?
I can tell you exactly how it was. I was 17 years old in barber school in 1989. The day before Easter, on a Saturday, I cut over 30 heads and I made $8 in tips. And I watched the owner of the school and I looked around. We paid him tuition. All the haircuts, the money went to him. The vending machines, we bought kits and stuff. All that money went to him. I was 17 years old at that time. And I said, I'm going to get me a school one day. I didn't know when I was going to get it. And then when I got home, man, I was 17 and man, my knees was hurting, my back, my hands. I was tired as hell. And I told myself, this is not for me. I don't like physical labor, but everyone's different. This is some people's dream is to have a shop and all that, but I didn't like the physical wear and tear. And then when I was in prison cutting hair, I got older, I came home, I didn't want to do it. I did it because I had to, but I knew every Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was the biggest days. I'm in the shop working and everybody else out there having fun. If I didn't work them days, certain bills didn't get paid, and I didn't want that life.
Right, right. So that's when you started thinking outside the box, because the chair was just absolutely wearing you down.
It was prison to me. But that's paradise to other people.
Got you. And then now, when you were in college, did you take up computer science, and is that where the computer background came from?
No, I have no experience in computers. Never in my life did I think I was gonna everything I've done, I didn't even think I'd do that. Hell, I never thought I'd become a kingpin drug dealer. I didn't think I'd meet Carlos Francisco Mendita and start moving all these kilos of cocaine. I never thought I'd be in federal prison. Hell, I never thought that I'd know how to work these computers.
But you know what, Chin? Your bounce back is tremendous, man. Much larger than the setback. And I have followed you. I admire you. It's just a very small part of your life. I appreciate your transparency, man. But listen here, you hit the ground running, man. You hit the ground running. So where were you born and raised at, Chin?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. And I didn't want to butcher your name. How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Wani. My biological dad was Nigerian and my mom was American. And when I was 3 years old, I got an older brother and sister. We all got the same mom and dad. But when I was 3, after 10 years of my mom being married to my dad, she found out he had another wife back in Nigeria and she divorced him. And I never saw him again in my life.
Okay. Um, so you're known for and I know you know which way I'm going with this. You're known for a video that went viral. Um, I believe you're driving down the expressway and you had a man weave unit on. Can you explain to me what are the thoughts? What was going through your mind that made you come up with that idea of having the wind blow through your hair and taking the man weave unit off? Or is it something that happened naturally and it just went viral?
No, well, a lot of people don't know that I'm a part of mastermind groups with all of these rich white guys that make 6 and 7 figures every month online. And so our class project, the case study was we had to start a business with no money, no job, no idea, no skill. That was our job assignment, to go out there and do that. So I didn't know how to do the man weave unit, so I chose that. So I created the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that man weave unit. The man weave units were real big. I didn't know how to do them, but I just thought that was kind of neat. And I'm looking, and I remember I was wondering why all these barbers were paying $700 to go take this class. Because, I had this barber school for 19 years, and I'm thinking, hell, it's right here in the book, chapter 16 or whatever, how to do units. Why are all these barbers doing it? So I thought that was kind of crazy or stupid. So I just started educating the barbers on what to do, just sitting here talking like this in front of my computers and stuff. And so I had a lady to do my units. But no black man, what I noticed on Instagram, this has been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, they was like this. They would never show their face.
Right.
And I wondered, why won't they show their face? And so when everybody's doing this, if you do that, you're going to rise up. So I showed my face. I said, hell, I don't care. And I know what I noticed on Instagram when they taught us in the mastermind, they said the crazier, stupider, the craziest and stupidest you can be on social media, the more money you'll make. When I came up, you had to be educated and smart to make money. But when Instagram, social media, you could be stupid and dumb and make a ton of money. So I'm thinking, what's the stupidest thing I could do with this unit? And so I was going to get my units redone. So I flew down to Florida to see one of my friends who was going to do them. So I rented a drop top, and I said, I know what I can do. So I just tried to think of the dumbest, craziest thing that wouldn't nobody else do. So I pulled a unit back like that, and I got on the highway, and I told my friend, I said, film me. So I went about 100 miles an hour, and it's flapping and cars pointing and doing all that. And I said, I'm going to post this tomorrow and watch what's going to happen. So I set up my funnel, had the website waiting on them. I had the online course waiting, and it went viral, and a lot of people went to the page. Some bought, some didn't. Then they asked what product I used when I went swimming in the unit after the Superfly came out. So that's how I did that.
Wow, man. And it definitely took off. It caught my attention because, like you said, you were like the first guy that wasn't afraid to actually show the top of your head being uncovered by a non-surgical hair replacement. And man, at that point, I watched you do several interviews. Like you said, it generated a lot of activity, and that was pretty ingenious. It caught my eye, Chen. So how did you start the? So you're still the owner of one of the largest cosmetology schools.
I don't have them anymore. I retired. My goal was to retire at 40 years old. I opened my schools when I was 26, back in 1998. So the goal was to retire at 40. I didn't retire until I was like 43, 44. So I don't have any more shops, any more schools. I'm doing other stuff, real estate, all that stuff. But my goal was, hey, when you hit 40, it's over. Work hard, work smart, live below your means. If you live like other people want, this Chinese man was worth $30 million in the federal prison. He was teaching me about money and stuff. And there was one quote he said, if you live like black people won't live for a couple of years, you'll live like they can't the rest of your life.
Deep. It's very deep. Very deep. So, what? How difficult was it to start the schools? How did you end? How did your True North end up moving in that direction? Because I read some of the story about how you had a correct me if I'm wrong, 250 students with no financial aid or anything like
No,
that.
no, that's this other lady that had that. That wasn't me. But I started with 0 students back in 1998. Then I grew it once I got financial aid. I had over 200 and something students. But Miss Velma had a program. She's a 71-year-old white lady. She's my mentor. I call her my best friend. But she had a program to teach you how to start a school, become accredited, and get grants. And when you talk about investing in yourself, a lot of Afro-American people, depending on what the cost is, they're going to say you crazy. Well, that's not going to work. Well, you got to do this first. You got to do that. So I wasn't listening to them. All I was listening to was this lady who had this big old house, swimming pool, who was living the life that I wanted to live. And she had that school, and I knew she had a bunch of schools. And with that program, why wouldn't I join it? I had no experience, no nothing. Got my instructor's license 1 month. The same month I got my instructor's license, I opened my school. And everybody laughed and they just sat back. But I was in her program. And then I ended up taking over the program. And that's what I do to this day. Teach barbers, stylists, nail techs how to open schools. We got probably over 1,000. We have over actually 1,200 verified people since she's had the program.
Wow, that's amazing. So, what modifications did you make, or did you're still following her same blueprint?
Same blueprint. It didn't change. The only thing that changed was when I got in the program, it was in big old booklets, big fat booklets. And then it went to a disc. And then it went to a CD-ROM. And then I put everything in a digital online platform and to upgrade it, because times have changed. So now it's always upgraded as far as the materials to keep up with the government and the crediting commission. But now it's online. So any barber, stylist, nail tech that wants to open a school, learn how to get accredited, get government money, most barbers say, well, my client pays me $100 or $50. Well, when you have a school, your client is a student. That puts you in position to get $20,000 per client. All you need is 50 clients. 50 clients, that's $1 million.
Yeah.
The government will pay you that. It takes 3 years to get to that point. Only 3 years. I've been licensed 30 years. I'm 40. I'm 48, going on 49. I've been licensed since 1990. Now, you know what those guys are and those gals are that laughed at me, that was working in that shop, and everybody in my city, guess what they're doing?
What are you doing now, Chen?
I'll show you what they're doing real quick. This is what they're doing. This right here.
They're still behind the chair.
Still behind the chair. Now, I'm not saying that to mock them or whatever, but they're smarter than me. Y'all never seen me cut hair. Never ever have y'all seen me cut hair.
And I asked that question when I've seen you.
I mean, barbering was never my passion, and I'm not good at cutting hair. So I don't know how to cut straight hair. I can't do a relaxer, a hair color, a rod set, none of that. The only thing I can do is cut curly, wavy, kinky hair a little bit. So I don't even have the skill or the talent.
That's the most ironic thing about it, Chen. You have created your own path, and there's a lot of barbers and cosmetologists that want to be where you are now. The goal, the objective is to not get trapped behind the chair. And so that's why you see, on every platform, you see people, they first start off with, hey, charge more, work less, but the ultimate goal is to add some additional services so you're not stuck behind the chair. But, I think you've done the ultimate, Chen.
Well, you said something real profound. You said they want. Like the people in hell want ice water. There's a difference between will and want. They're not willing to do what I did. They're not willing to even make the investment or the commitment, the financial investment. With Miss Velma, I had to make a financial investment with this lady. Did everybody say I was crazy? I didn't have the money. She put me on a payment plan. So I've invested in myself. Warren Buffett said that's the biggest investment you can make in yourself. I've spent so much money on personal development and learning this tool, learning that tool. When they buying trucks and cars and Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Air Jordans, I drive a 2011 Toyota Camry. 2011.
So that took a lot of faith. You had a lot of faith in her and a lot of trust in the direction she was leading you in.
Well, if you see a white lady, she show your bank account, she's making $1 million a month. Bank statements don't lie. Ninjas lie, men lie, but bank statements don't lie. When you buy a house, you know what they want? Bank statements.
That's true.
See, on Instagram, all these perpetrators, one thing they don't show you, they don't show you their bank statements. Most of them won't even show you their house. So it didn't take a rocket scientist. I already knew every barber, hairstylist, nail tech, they know school owners make money. We all went to school and had to pay them, and we were slaves. We worked for, we didn't get no money, so we already know they make money. So that didn't take there wasn't a risk.
Right.
And you're already teaching students at your shop. And in every city, there are school owners making a ton of money that ain't teaching them nothing. But we'll sit back and talk about it. Well, why don't you do something about it?
Right, right. How do you juggle your schedule, Chen? I mean, every time I call you, I see you're always constantly promoting and marketing, and you're teaching. How many assistants do you have? How do you juggle and put all of those moving pieces together?
Because I have the best employees in the world. My employees never get sick. They never get tired. They never call in. They never quit. I don't have to pay them that much. They work 24/7, 365. So they ain't worried about catching the corona. They're like a pimp that has, excuse my French, hoes. These are the best. When I say hoes, HOS, helping others succeed. Okay? This is the best hoe. These hoes right here, they work 24/7, 365. I got 10 of those helping others succeed. 10 hoes times 24 hours a day, they're working 240 hours a day. They're 240 hours a day times how many days in a year?
365 and 1/4 to be exact, give or take.
So they're working 87,600 hours per year. What barber, hairstylist, beauty professional do you know that's working 87,600 hours per year? None. Now, the average barber salary of a person works 8 hours a day. It would take them 42 years to work 87,600 hours. 42 years, what I'm doing in a year. So what I'm doing, I'm time collapsing. I'm beating time, I'm cheating time. I don't wear a watch because I don't have nowhere to be. Right. They work for me. So I'm just like this. I'm just living the life. I'm just chilling. Like they talk about the 4-hour work week. I'm just living life, but I leverage. See, when you leverage is putting minimum inputs with the possibility and potential to get maximum outputs. So the things I do is leverage, like this book as leverage. I wrote this book back in 2014, 6 years ago. $3 a copy for me to print up. It took me probably a month to write this book. I've made probably not $1 million yet, but close to it. That's called leverage. And when you leverage, it gives you the lifestyle you want to use. When I say lifestyle, living a lifestyle, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about my mom's 75 years old living upstairs. and I can live with her the rest of her life. Living in this community, putting your kids in a better position. And then the next L is legacy. So your kids don't have to start broke like you did, and your kids' kids. So that's why you should, not you, but people, we should start leveraging our money and our time to put us in those positions.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Chin. So how did you come up, or where did the name $1 Million Barber come from?
Me and that barber came from Lee Resnick. See, I didn't know anything about Instagram. My Instagram name was my African God-given name. I had 0 followers, none of that. So he gave me that name. When I invested in those mastermind groups, they taught us about branding and marketing. Now, I spent thousands of dollars in these groups. I'm still in these groups. And when they taught me how to brand and market, that's how I was able to beat everybody else. Because with the branding and marketing, and then remember, I'm on the motorcycle in the race, I'm using these tools, these systems that don't know other barber or hairstylists know how to do. I know they don't know how to do it because they're not going to pay no $10,000 to $20,000 to learn something that's going to help them make $1 million.
Right, right.
See, if somebody says this is going to give you the potential and the possibility to make $1 million, okay, well, people will say, well, what is it going to cost? Oh, $10,000, $20,000. Oh, that's too much. Now, my question is not what is it going to cost? How is it going to help me? What is it going to do for me? Well, it's going to help you dominate the beauty industry. It's going to help you make millions of dollars in that industry. That's what this is going to do. So that's like a no-brainer.
So what time frame would you give a cosmetologist or a barber who does not desire or wish to become stuck, as we're speaking about behind the chair? What time frame? Let's say that I wanted to start my own marketing business and start teaching individuals online like you're doing. How much time should I spend behind the chair? I mean, I know the way you did it was very ingenious, but someone who would like to obtain the knowledge and pass it along, what time frame would you give them to start that business from behind the chair?
Well, coronavirus came, right?
Right.
Okay, there was a lady. She had 2 kids. Didn't have no money. She was a hairstylist. Going through a divorce. She took one of my courses. She had one video that had been in her phone for 6 months. How to do a silk press with no chemicals. She took my course, took that one video and created a digital online course. Charged $97 with that course. She marketed on her cell phone, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for free. She makes an average of $300 per day. She gets a minimum. Some days she might get 1 sale, some days 5 sales, some days 2 sales. She's been averaging $300 per day. Now, that may not seem like a lot of money for people, but
that's a lot of money.
She's taking that money. She's created other courses from her cell phone. Now she has invested in soap, and she's got this cleansing soap that she used. She created a Shopify page. She's selling that. Now she's doing about $400 a day. Now she took $2,000, invested in some wigs that she's selling for like $400 and $500. You see? So that was just over the corona thing. See, she had this in her phone. It had been in her phone, the video on something that she ordinarily did. Because I've always told everybody, hey, take your phone, turn it sideways, record yourself doing different things, market it to a specific group of people, and they'll buy. Use your Instagram. The same thing in that $20,000 mastermind group that I'm in, 20 grand per year. I'm sharing it with everybody. That course is $97. Every barber, hairstyle, everybody named mama should have invested in that course, because even when we go back to work or when they go back, hey, it's gonna happen again. Something's gonna happen. Why wouldn't you want to make money while you sleep?
Right, right. So you've seen an increase in numbers, because I
A
think
dramatic increase.
that's the direction that most businesses are going in. I mean, my wife and I were just out, grabbing a meal, and the people that are not online are the ones that are suffering.
Oh, they're gonna suffer. I
They're
mean,
writing on the windows and trying to advertise, but everyone that's already been online, they're making their way.
there's people that was online, like Zoom. Everybody uses Zoom as far as the video thing. He became a billionaire just over Corona.
A lot of these fitness and exercise pieces of apparatus and equipment, they're seeing an uptick on their return on their investment. So Corona has it has some people down, and some people are in the green on the upside. So that ultimately, that's what encouraged her. Well, desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Well, I mean, you gotta it's called, like in the digital world, we call it disruption. Uber disrupted the taxi driver. Netflix disrupted Blockbuster. The CD-ROM disrupted the VHS tape. So when disruption occurs, the iPhone disrupted the flip phone. So when the disruption happens, the Jerry curl got disrupted by the fade. So if you was the barber that was doing Jerry curls back in my era and just froze, and you didn't go back and learn and recalibrate to do fades and all this stuff, guess what? You got left behind. So y'all see this as the digital world. Hell, y'all should have, not you, but viewers, y'all should have knew this years ago. Hell, the richest man in the world, what does he do?
Sit behind the computer. He sit behind the computer.
Success leaves clues. People ask y'all every day, how you do this? How you do that? Record it and put it online and sell it to them.
Well, I got a couple of different things, that we already spoke about. I'm definitely going to be taking your course. And let's take a minute here to ask a couple of questions for the viewers here, as far as marketing strategies. As Chen said, his most valued asset are computers and a cell phone. I mean, every single social media platform that's out there, it's free. Never in history have you been able to market yourself. Would you agree, Chen?
That's right. When I came up, I had to pay the radio thousands of dollars, the postcard people to send out postcards thousands of dollars, and local TV cable thousands of dollars. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And the people, these barbers and stylists so lazy, they won't even utilize it. They scared to go live. Just by me going live, since Instagram Live came, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably over $1 million, just going live. Why do you go live? To establish know, like, and trust. People are not going to buy from you if they don't know you, if they don't like you, if they don't trust you.
I've watched you work. You're an inspiration to me, Chen. We're going to get into our 21 question rapid fire. You're going to answer these questions, Chen, as quickly and as honestly as possible. And based upon our conversation, this is going to be very interesting. You ready, Chen?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite genre of music?
Rap.
Isley Brothers or Al Green?
Isley Brothers.
Calypso or soca?
Calypso.
Charles Oakley or Larry Johnson?
Larry Johnson.
Favorite comedian?
Kevin Hart.
Favorite TV show?
Shark Tank.
Favorite actor?
Denzel.
Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal.
Giorgio Armani or Hugo Boss?
Giorgio Armani.
What are you most comfortable wearing, sneakers or shoes?
Sneakers.
Would you rather own a hotel line or restaurant franchise?
Hotel line.
Would you rather own an island or metropolis?
Island.
And which order would you prefer if you were still cutting? Andis, Oster, or Wall?
Anders,
Pedicure, manicure.
manicure,
How many pairs of clippers did you own when you were cutting hair?
probably about 5,
How many haircuts could you cut in an hour?
3, 4,
Biggest tip you ever received?
$100.
If you could jump in a pool full of something, what would it be?
Full of women.
if you had a time machine, would you go back in time or visit the future?
Visit the future.
Rolex or Omega?
Rolex.
All right, I can respect that. I thought you were going to say Omega. You fooled me with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's jump back into the conversation. We got about 20 more minutes or so. Chen, you and I have had previous conversations, and you know, I got to find the time to get with you. I'm definitely going to be taking one of your courses. I'm moving in the direction of, God willing, someday owning and operating my own shop, but I'm already taking the necessary steps now to do other things outside of just working in the shop. You know, as you said, I don't want to get stuck behind the chair. I don't want a bad back. I don't want bad knees. I want to be able to run around, God willing, with my grandkids. I want to still be able to walk through the park and hold hands with my wife. So I've been watching you move, man, and you are a true inspiration to the beauty industry. And quite frankly, it's pretty ingenious the way that you burst on the scene, man. I haven't been to any of the big expos. What was that big expo that you were at? Was it the Bronner Brothers?
Bronner Brothers.
Yeah, so I gotta meet up with you and maybe make it to one of these events, man. But the reason I've been holding off is because, as you said, I believe in making an investment in things that are gonna give me a return on my investment. You know, I don't want to go to a show just to walk around and take pictures with, you know, who's who. You know, I want to get with someone such as yourself and educate myself and figure out a way how to make money when I'm sleeping, quite frankly. Is there anything that you want to add in closing, Chen? We're going to close it out here in a minute.
Well, there's 4 levels of wealth, and a lot of people don't know the 4 levels of wealth. And I'll break them down. The first level is muscle. Anytime you're making money or doing a job with your muscle, that means you're going to be broke and tired. The next level is manage. You're managing people. You're still on the broke level. That's McDonald's. You cooking fries, then you manage. You got a different color hat, different shirt. The third level is when you can get into unlimited amounts of money, and that's message, your mouth. You're making money with your message, your mouth. Denzel, Kevin Hart, or somebody speaking. And then the fourth level is imagination, your mind. Like creating an online course or creating a product line. You thinking of something, dreaming of something, or solving a problem because you get paid from solving problems. So those are the 4 levels of wealth. And we want to start thinking in those terms and start utilizing these tools and systems for leverage, because you use leverage so you can beat everybody else. Hell, I'm the worst barber on the planet. That $100 tip, you know, when I got that $100 tip,
you invested it.
I got that $100 tip last week.
Really?
Yeah. When I quit cutting hair 20-something years ago, I kept 2 customers, 2 old rich black men. One died about 5 years ago. One is left. The only reason why I kept these 2 old rich men after I opened my school and fired all my other clients, because they had knowledge. I wanted to pick their brain. I never went up on their haircuts. They paid me $10 for 20 years. I would have cut it for free to get that. He called me last week, Mr. Lewis. He owns a funeral home, franchise. I mean, he owns everything. He said, "Can you come cut my hair?" I said, "Yeah." I'm going to the funeral home where he goes there for once or twice a week just to do something, thinking I'm gonna get my little $10. I got my little mask on. We go in the back room. He gives me a $100 bill. I said, thanks. Now, he's giving me information like I'm closed on a house next week. It's 210,000. I'm gonna sell it for 370,000. I'll make 100,000 because of him. All
Wow.
this information that he's giving me.
That's the beauty of networking, man. You know, you cut his hair for $10, but you're not really there for the $10.
No.
You're there for the conversation, for the camaraderie.
And my neighbor, I'm outside working out. And this dude, his wife, they driving by and they say, I need to be out there with you. And I say, yeah. And I look at his wife and notice her hair is pretty. I said, what salon you been to? She said, I was a hairstylist. I said, well, I had a barber school. And then I asked the dude, I said, you play ping pong? He said, yeah. I said, come over to the house. This dude been living down the street for a year for me. He comes to my house, plays ping pong. Guess how many airplanes he got?
How many?
2 and a helicopter.
Wow.
I'm working out this morning, jump roping, going up and down, because I live at a dead end. Y'all call it a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
The house is on the lake, all $1 million house.
Surrounded by a circle.
Yeah. And he's in his Benz, he's driving, he says, I'm gonna go get in my airplane. You want to go? I said, no, I got some other stuff to do. I said, but man, next time let me know. About 30 minutes later, he calls me and says, I'm going to drive by your house in my airplane. Come outside in 5 minutes. So I go tell my mom, I said, Mama, Matt Green drive by the house on his airplane. She said, well, I said, yeah, he got an airplane. So then he calls back. He said, I'll be there in 60 seconds. I go outside. I got my cell phone. Man, he done came that close to the house.
Get out of here.
And he did it about 3 times. Nobody in the neighborhood knows he has an airplane. The whole neighborhood is outside. Now, my neighbor next door, this old white lady, I called the police on him. I don't know what this is. So he calls back. I said, Matt, don't come back by, man. They done called the police on you. So he said, oh, shit. And so I'm looking out the window. All these police came. I got it on tape, video. When we get off, I'm going to put it on here for like 30 seconds. And then I'm going to take it off because I don't want the police is
air traffic control. And
yeah, I don't want to. And I mean, he'll fly somewhere and eat lunch, him and his wife and kids, and then they'll fly back. And I'm going to show y'all because next week I'm going on that airplane with him and I'm going to have my little IG thing. So you talk about networking. And he asked, I just got my friend a job making $400 a day.
Amazing, amazing.
Working with the other neighbor down the street. This guy that was locked up, you know, that he just got fired, let go from his other job. And he always said, Chin, man, you got any work? One of my old partners. And when my neighbor told me, I knew exactly who to call. That's called networking.
Amazing, Chin. Amazing, man. This is living proof of the power of the internet. I didn't know you from a can of paint. And I watched that one video go viral and I hit the follow button and I've watched you ever since. And one day I decided to pick up the phone and I said, let me see if this guy's going to answer the phone. Because I'll tell you, Chin, the beauty industry is tough, man. You know, there's a lot of folks. I had an interview last night and there's another gentleman that owns a couple of shops, barber institutes, locally, and he came out and said it. Quite frankly, a lot of barbers are very egotistical. You know, they put themselves, they think they're God's gift to the industry, man, and it's been really tough. So I want to say thank you for being receptive, because I picked up the phone to call you. You picked up immediately, and we had an organic conversation. Every time we speak, it's a very organic conversation, and you've been putting a lot of actions behind your words. You know, you don't just talk. I see you moving, and that's all through the lens of the cell phone. Every bit of it. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You know, you've set me up with a couple of things, but I'm actually going to join your class, and I really appreciate you coming on, Chin. Thank you for making an international impact on the beauty industry in a non-conventional way. I know that you will continue to do great things through your innovative marketing strategies. I admire your blueprint, brother. Be well. I'll be in touch.
Now, okay, your email?
YesObama@gmail.com. And I got that one, Chin, back in '08. When Obama was first elected, I was so excited. I went to Google and I thought I would get Yes Obama 10 or Yes Obama 12. That is the one and only email.
Okay, well, I thank you for even allowing me to come on your platform.
So tell people how can they get in contact with you, Chin? I mean, I don't think people know the 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 the, the gravity of what you're explaining and the different thing I mean, you've only given them like a really small amount of your journey, but I want people to reach out to you. You know, people that are trying to figure out what they're going to do post pandemic, post COVID-19, because the barber and beauty industry, it's going to be changed. This is a change
Yeah.
forever.
It's changed forever. I mean, even if they find a cure, it's still the same. It's gonna be this way forever. Because who's gonna eat the cake at a birthday party if you done blew on it?
Right, right.
I mean, even if it is a cure, we still ain't gonna eat that cake if you done blew all on it. Are you?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I'm a
So
hugger, man. I like to hug people.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to be hugging people anymore.
and if a barber starts, if they don't get an online business, they're killing themselves. You're not putting yourself in position and giving yourself the possibility to create generational wealth or just to survive. If the internet shut down right now, do you know what I would do and all my buddies would do?
What would be your next move, Chin?
We go, if the internet had shut down and the physical world was still operating, hell, we go to the physical world and work. Now, the physical world shut down and 99.9% of the people in the beauty industry sick. And I'm giving them something for $97 that I spent tens and twenties of thousands of dollars to learn. And I broke it down step by step.
Invaluable, invaluable.
It.
Listen, I'm starting to begin to understand it, man. That the piece that you share with me, I've been working on that. And everyone who's watching, how do they get a hold of you? Because this is a very unique interview.
Y'all DM me. I'm gonna get back with y'all. I ain't got no time.
And guess what? He will contact you. So what is your handler? What's the best way to get a hold of you, Chin, for someone that wants to start online marketing and start their business?
I mean, I put everything on my page. If y'all go to Millionaire Barber, click the link, y'all gonna see. I took an Instagram course from a man that worked at Instagram. $5,000 course, IG course. Do you know that I recorded and all the recordings step by step? And do you know how much I sell that course for? $47. I spent 5 G's showing you how to monetize, how to do everything on Instagram.
Hey, listen, you talking to them, Chin.
$47. No, I'm not talking to you, but I mean, I'm just sharing. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm giving y'all stuff that I've paid thousands of dollars. And even the young barbers, I'll show y'all something. This chair is worth more than y'all shop.
Woo, that's a beauty.
Yeah. This is one of the oldest known chairs, mint condition. Now, this book, this is the oldest known barber book out there.
Wow.
The Barber's Manual. I can open this book up and it has stuff that, even this right here, you see this diploma, this barber diploma?
Wow.
1902. 1902. So for the barbers, I mean, we got some history in here or whatever, but I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down and what y'all can learn. I mean, in the barber book, look, 1889. And a barber, they couldn't even pass the test. Look at this, man. Can't no barber pass this test. Back in the day, we were doctors. We were doctors. And now
Proper
with this
surgeons.
corona, we need to have a doctor suit on, the hazmat suit with the mask and all that. When a patient comes in, we're performing surgery. To get a surgery, that costs thousands of dollars. We should be getting paid thousands of dollars to perform surgery with our mask on, gloves, hazmat, because patients are coming to us now and we got to perform the surgery.
Well, you know where those thousands of dollars going to, right?
What?
The manufacturers. Oscar, Wall. That's where the money's going towards, Chin. Now, that's the study of the anatomy of skin, right?
Yeah, I mean, that book, man, it's crazy. The old as that book is, ain't nothing. I see a lot of these barbers doing all these little tricks and theatrics, saying that they invented this and that. Man, it's in that book.
How can I get a copy, Chin? We need to make a copy of that.
I don't know how y'all can make a copy, because the pages.
You got a copy of machine? You got a copy of machine?
Man,
I want a personal copy.
Whenever you come to Nashville, I'll let you go to Kinko's and copy it. Okay. Maybe, you know what? I might get my assistant to
I'll pay you for it, Chin. I'll pay you for it.
It ain't look, it's not even about paying me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm too lazy to copy it. But what I'm gonna do, no, I'm just keeping it 100.
I know you are.
But this is what I'm gonna do for you, because you're my partner. I want to get my assistant. Me and her are gonna go to Kinko's one day. I have a copy machine here, but I'm gonna go to Kinko's. Actually, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. I probably go to Kinko's and make copies. I'm thinking of the easiest way. Maybe I'll make some copies, and I'm going to give you a copy.
I appreciate that, brother.
And the other ones, I'm going to sell them.
Listen, we're partners, man. Listen,
for $20 or something. I got another book. This one ain't that old. There's a lot of other barbers that's got this one.
What's the name of that one, Chin?
This one is the standard textbook of barbering, published by Associated Barbers of America. Now, see, this one is.
Hey, hold on! Don't give too much away, because I'm going to digest that. We'll have a sidebar.
Well, this is 1931.
Wow! How did you come across that one, Chin?
Man, buying stuff, from people, wasting money, but it now has become. I've been offered a lot of money for that. I mean, I got some other stuff. I got this. Michael Jordan signed that.
Wow, now, man.
You know how I got that? And he signed this. Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, and I got some other stuff. The Scarface sign. Wayne Gretzky. One of my partners from back in the day used to be a big-time drug dealer. He didn't spend his money on women and cars. He spent it on memorabilia. He got busted. Didn't have no money or nothing. He needed to get out on bond. And he had that stuff. And I said, man, I'll buy it from you. So I got it from him at a crackhead price. That memorabilia over there.
Wow.
But my barber stuff, man, that's probably this right here. This is the most expensive thing. If my house burned down, I got insurance on this chair. It's been in movies. They rented it.
Is that a Keller Internet? Is that a Keller International? What is that?
This is it's a Koken.
Oh man, that's a beauty.
And look at the let me get on the floor. I mean, just look at it. I'm on
look
the
at
floor.
the crank and the wow. That is beautiful. What is that, like crushed?
And it works.
Is that like crushed linen?
Well, this right here has been reupholstered, but everything else is all original.
Wow, that's a beautiful chair, Chin.
Yeah, I mean, just the embroidery back here, the stamp.
Now, you know I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, right?
Well, that stuff that I got right there, that signature, man, that stuff worth a lot of money. And the thing about it, that was out in my garage. And when they did the little story on them, I started seeing stuff on the internet. this costs this many thousands. And I
Yeah.
looked and said, hell,
Yeah.
I got that picture, and I got it. This is 1991. All three of them signed it.
Yeah. The Last Dance. I'm actually on series 7. I think they're releasing a couple of more, man. Just a tremendous story. And Michael Jordan said it best. What was it saying? You know, the reason why he's so successful is because of the amount of times that he's failed.
Tom Hanks, Muhammad Ali, Dan
Wow.
Marino, yeah, but yeah. So
Those are nice pieces, Chen.
yeah, but I ain't got nothing else, you know. Well, the most prized possession is right here.
Intellectual property.
My mama.
You didn't fall too far from the tree, Chen.
So yeah.
So listen, IG is going to kick us off in a couple of minutes here. You guys need to go to Instagram and just type in $1 Million Barber.
Millionaire Barber. Millionaire
I'm
Barber.
sorry, Millionaire Barber. Excuse me, Chen. Millionaire Barber. And we're gonna have subsequent conversations, as you know, Chen.
Yeah.
So before they kick us off, I'm looking forward to that book, man, and
Yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
definitely
get
gonna
some
be.
copies.
What are you doing tomorrow? Are you gonna be busy tomorrow?
No, man, I'm at home. I got my.
It's Mother's Day, man. Come on, Chen.
You got to realize I live with my mom.
Ah, that's true.
She's 75. I retired her when she was 62 years old, and she's 75 right now.
That's a beautiful thing.
Every day is Mother's Day to me.
That's a beautiful thing, Chen.
Every single day. This house, this is not mine. This is her house.
That's
We used to pay $1 to try to win a house on charity. And she showed me it came in the mail again. And she said, you remember when we used to try to win these houses every year? And I bought her this. So God is good. So every day is Mother's Day.
Amazing, amazing. Absolutely. For all the mothers that are tuning in here, happy Mother's Day to you. That's amazing. So tomorrow, you know, I'm probably going to call you up and I'm going to join the other course and get started, man, because we have nothing but time on our hands.
That's
and
it.
Now's the time to sharpen your tools. You know, put more things in your war chest. It's all right, Chen, man. Listen, I appreciate you once again, brother. I know you'll continue to do great things, man. I'm looking forward to our partnership, and be well, man. I'll be in touch with you, brother.
All right, keep up the great work, and I thank you for everything you've done and what you sent me in the mail. I really appreciate that. I brag on it.
I want that book. I want that copy of that book.
I'm gonna get some copies. I'm gonna make them.
Okay, brother.
All right.
All right, man. Hey, be well, man. I'll talk to you. Thanks, Chen.
Peace out, Exquisite Hair Design.